The first letter say, because I don't remember, man. What did it say? Do you remember?
Want me to pull it up and read it?
Sure, go for it, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, because we wrote 2 letters, and what's going on with this, what I'm telling this man to do is, the first letter I'm saying sent to is sent to the attorney. The next letter sent to the attorney, and send the first letter to the prosecutor on the other side, to the court clerk, and to the magistrate. Always be 1 letter behind. I'm not sending them at the same exact time. I'm sending first. Okay, so
I haven't sent those yet, but I wanted to talk to you about it before I did. It says, the name of the attorney, greeting, on or about July 3rd, 2013, I, the defendant, made a wish to possess, maintain, and requested the immediate placement of an article known as a home monitor ankle bracelet to be bound to my person.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Just do 1 sentence at a time, okay? See, this is what took. I'm talking to everybody, not just you, Greg. This is what took Greg the hardest time to understand. Is that I said, Greg, you wished for that ankle bracelet to be upon your property, upon your person, not them. You placed the order. You wanted to maintain control and maintain the ankle shackle. They did not do anything to you. This magical, mystical they doesn't exist. It's all you. You wish this upon you. So when you folks listen back to this call, say, what did Greg say? Greg said on June of 2013, I wish to have this ankle bracelet put upon my property, upon my person, upon my body. Yeah, he did. He finally sent me the paperwork the other day, terms and conditions of release. As defendant, he acted in behalf of the defendant, and he signed in behalf of the defendant. The defendant has it on his person. So he is also, he's like enjoined with the defendant. So he's making sure the defendant is wearing it on the ankle. There's a plural person going on here, man, because you is plural. Anybody, every single person. If you got a freaking computer, stop right freaking now, Google the word you. Go to Wikipedia, go wiki, you, quote unquote, wiki, and you'll see it says it's plural. There's 2 yous going on in the court. It's the defendant and the plaintiff in which the judge has control over, and then there's you as the man, because you're holding a liability for the acts of the defendant. You're the bondsman. You're holding all liability. Sure. So go ahead, read the second line. So first line is pretty clear. Greg is saying that he wished for his person to have this damn ankle bracelet shackle on him. Okay, go ahead, read line number 2. Because there's only 4 lines, I think. I remember it now.
There's 5, but I didn't get to finish the first one. You cut me off.
Okay. That's all right. Go ahead, read it.
When it says, the article known as the home monitor ankle bracelet to be bound to my person in concurrence with the go-between agents of the United States of America.
What he's saying is that he agreed to have this ankle bracelet on his body, and he worked with the agents for the plaintiff known as the United States of America. So he's working hand in hand. He's like, you know what, I got no problem. You know what, at that time I thought it was a great idea to get the hell out of jail to work with these people. Okay, so that's line number 1. Go ahead, read line number 2.
Upon said date, I believe that it would be a benefit to I and my person if I were to claim a vested interest and or of ownership and or stewardship of said article.
There you go. There you go. Thank you. Okay, now read line number 3.
At this present date, August 19, 2013, I claim to maintain constructive possession of said article.
Okay, now, can you tell these people, because I told you to Google it, what does constructive mean?
It means I own it because it's on me, and it's on me, and it's actually a hindrance, but it's a constructive because I allowed it to happen.
Yeah, because a constructive trespass means what? Now you look at it as a constructive trespass. What's a constructive trespass? Let me get that out to the people. What's a constructive trespass?
You invite somebody in and then you don't want them there no more.
There you go. Nice and
they don't
that's the way. That's it. There you go. See, that's what I like people to hear. So when I say that now, I claim that this article is now a constructive trespass upon my property, or against, my is in the floor brackets, it's in the corner. On my property, now it's a constructive trespass. Now, I might have invited him. Yes, that's true. Yes, but I thought at 5 o'clock in the afternoon he was going to go to hell home. I never knew that for the next 2 months this clown would be hanging around my ankle. I thought to get out of jail, that was a great thing to do. Holy crap, 2 months later I still got this stupid thing around my ankle. I still got this ball and chain around me. This is ridiculous. So go ahead and read the next line. They're nice and short.
I, at this date, 6th August 2013, in hindsight, believe I erred back on July 3rd, for I believe I was in a state of disequilibrium, incapacitation to have made such a wish for the go-betweeners to bind my person with said article.
Well, there you go. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You want to say it simple for the folks there, Greg? What does that mean?
Pretty much means that, you get the hell beat out of you, you get thrown in a freezer, you get starved to death, and put in with a bunch of hardcore criminals who've never been around that in your life, and then you get dragged into a courtroom.
Okay, I was just going to go with I was pretty fucked up at the time. Okay, but that works. All right, but go ahead. What's the next line? Is that the last line? I got one more, right? I know they have to remove it.
Two more. Says, today, I wish for the immediate removal of said article from my property, and I, from this date after, whomever he, she, saith said article is to remain about thy person, will be a casual agent of trespass to property and will be liable for monetary compensation for damage.
Okay, do you think I explained it to you easy enough in nice simple terms? What did I mean by that?
Basically, a casual agent, one who is doing the constructive trespass.
Yes, so put it in nice simple terms.
I thought that was.
What's that? No, constructive trespass ain't simple. Say it simple so everybody understands.
They came in your life and did this, and put this on you, and now you don't want them there anymore.
Right, you invited somebody into your life, into your home, and now you're like, look, not only do I want you out of my life, I also want your shit the hell out of here too. And if you don't, I'm going to hold you liable for not getting your damn stuff out of here, and I mean now. Okay, go ahead. But see, I don't write hateful like that. I write nice and old English crap.
Excuse me, Carl. Danny said unmute him. He got something to say too.
Okay, let Greg finish up the sentence, man. Let him finish up the letter because he only had one more line.
Okay, then.
That was it.
That was it?
That was it. I combined the last two together.
Okay, that's fine. Because like I said, man, I know it's pretty short and sweet. And like I said, what was fun is, like I said, the way I write is in present tense, and it's an old English style, and the cadence and the rhythm sounds nothing like anybody is used to hearing. But judges love it. Judges love that nonsense because they've studied the same nonsense I've studied, and they think it's funny as hell. They're like, oh boy, I haven't seen something like this since law school. This is so much fun. They actually get off on it. So, but what was funny is he got a phone call 2 days ago?
I got a phone call 2 days after sending that letter.
Oh, okay, that's swell. What was her response to that letter?
Well, she said, basically, she said three things. I got your letter. She said they're not going to pay attention to it. And she said they aren't going to take it off.
And what did she say about writing an answer back to you?
Well, I got to get to the we got to talk about the letter I sent her to get that.
What did she say that she doesn't going to answer any of those questions?
Well, yeah, I sent her back a letter reiterating what she had said to me on the phone, and I asked her to put all that in writing, and she immediately responded.
Okay. Sorry about that. That's right. We sent her a second letter. Okay, that makes sense. Now,
yeah.
What did the second letter say?
It's real short.
I'm skipping it.
Yeah, this letter's real short. I'll say it in one breath. It says, "Thank you for your quick communique. By the written words of following, I wish to have answered. I believe that I heard you say the following. I got your letter. True or not true? Number 2, they aren't going to pay attention to it. True or not true? 3, they aren't going to take it off, referring to the ankle bracelet, home monitor. True or not true? Then down below I wrote, who is this they? Do you mean? And then I listed the names of the people involved. I require names, employee number, ID number, badge number, addresses of the man or woman that ordered this and refuses to remove his or her property from my person." End of story. And I sent that, and I got a call from her immediately the next day, and she was real anxious at this point. The anxiety level was through the roof, and she said, "I got your letter. I'm not going to answer it. I'm not going to put any of this in writing. I'm not going to work this way. You need to get to my office immediately. We've got a lot to talk about." That's where it's at. I got to get these copies of these letters, CC to the other people, and that's what I was going to talk to Karl about, because
what I'm saying is that the letter that I sent, the letter that I wrote, the one that says, "Thank you for the phone call regarding a situation between the United States of America and I." Did you send that one out?
We haven't got to that yet. It was only yesterday when we talked about that. And
the one that I sent, the one I sent to you. Let me see. The one that I sent to you was the 21st. So that was 3 days ago. 21st was Wednesday. That's the last letter I sent to you. I said to you, did you send that one off yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, because the one that you were asking.
That's the one that she called immediately and went through the roof.
When did she call you?
I mailed it one day. She got it the next and called me immediately. I'll bet she was opening the letter and calling me at the same time.
All right.
I'll bet she called me before she got through half of it, because it was early.
Because you said that, because I remember you said that she's not going to put anything in writing. She's not going to answer anything in writing.
Right.
So that's the whole thing, is I'm trying to get these folks to make sure that you hold anybody that you talk to in writing. They have to respond to you in writing.
He won't.
Right, so like I said, not just a phone call conversation. So you said to me the other day, she said that she's not going to put anything in writing. Remember you said that to me?
Yep.
And I said to you, okay, what did I say to you, what you should have told her immediately?
That if you're not going to help me protect my rights, just tell the court you're not going to help me protect my rights.
No. What I told you, I said, the very first thing you told me, you said she called me up and she said, they're going to ignore the letter. I got your letter. They're going to ignore your letter, and I'm not going to put anything in writing because that's not the way I work. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but you also said about denying my rights.
And no, but what I said to you was, because you only said the three things to me first. First you said, I got the letter. The next thing you said is, they're gonna ignore this. And then I don't put anything in writing, and that's not the way I work. So, what I said to you is that what you should supposed to have said to that attorney immediately, saying, good, I need you to put it in writing, that you don't put anything in writing, and I need you to sign it and send it to me that you don't do anything in writing. Do you remember?
Right.
That's the only thing I wanted to see. That's the only letter I wanted to see come back from her, is that I don't do anything in writing. That's not the way I work. I don't put anything in writing. Now tell her to put that in writing and sign it and send it to you. Because it's your word against her word that she doesn't put things in writing. You see what I'm saying? That's why I try to say to people, make things short and sweet. Make a simple letter. Say, are you gonna send it? All I was basically saying when I sent that letter, when we wrote that letter, saying whoever's who's keeping this property on my property, I'm gonna require you to remove your property now. I no longer want it. I don't want to maintain it. I don't want to be the steward of it. I just want it gone, and I want it gone now. If you don't get it off my property, I'm going to hold whoever has the ability to remove this from my property liable for damages. What you okay, read whatever the one that, is this the one I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and read the one that really pissed her off.
Phone call regarding which these phone calls are assigned to phone call
Yeah, talk closer to the microphone, man.
I communicated.
There you go. That sounds good. Now start from your beginning, man, because the first 3 sentences sound terrible.
Okay. Thank you for your phone call regarding the situation between the United States of America and I. Phone calls are at times a useful form of communication. You do understand, as I do, that phone calls are not proper decorum within a courtroom setting. I communicated with you in the written form to secure and protect my rights. I now require you to preserve and create a record by pressing our phone call conversation on paper.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. That was Little Bill. Go ahead, Greg. That was Little Bill.
I now require you to make delivery of said paper to my person post-haste. I now require you to answer these following questions. Question: is it true I made a presentment of a letter to you? Question: is it true that you said they are not going to pay attention to it? 3. Question: is it true that you said they are not going to pay attention to it? If I don't understand this.
Okay, so I'll do question number 3, because you're not emphasizing what I emphasized on the written word. That's why it's easier for people to read what I write than hear the inflection if you're doing it wrong. She says 3, question: is it true that you said they are not going to pay any attention to it? Is it in reference to A, my letter, or B, my wish to have they to remove their property from my person? See, the whole thing is that Greg's forgetting to tell you folks is the question number 2 was very important. Question number 2, is it true that you said they are not going to pay any attention to it? Now, I don't know if you people know what the word they means. They can never, ever be used as an adjective. They is a pronoun defining a person or a thing, a noun. So what is this they? The lawyer said to him, they are not going to remove it. Okay, let me see. The plaintiff is the United States of America, okay? And the defendant is Greg, okay? So who is this magical they? Is this they, the plaintiff, the United States of America? Are you telling me they Who is this they who's accusing me of doing wrong? Is it the United States of America? I have the right, under habeas corpus, to have the right to cross-examine my accuser. So is this they the United States of America? I need to know. Can you please just define for me this they that is making a claim that I and my person are doing something wrong to they? Who is this they? Is it a the they? Or is it a this they? Because it's the United States? Or is it this United States? Or is it this guy over here? Or that guy over there? Who is this? Who is this they? Who is this magical they? I already explained to you folks months ago what the word you means and what the word I means. Now there's a nice new fun word. What is this they? His attorney says they will not remove it. Say who? They, the U.S. Marshal Service? They, the magistrate, the guys in the black robe? They, the court reporter? They, the federal prosecutor? They who? Who is this magical they? The IRS? Who is they who will not do what I order them to do or require them to do or wish them to do? Who is this they? Can you please tell me who this they is? That's the big thing. So like I said, if you just read the letter word for word, it kind of doesn't make any sense. Unless everybody understands what the word they means and the way I've emphasized the word it.
And it's in quotations and it's in bold. So
yeah, and it's italicized. Right. What is this they and who? What is this it? They said they're not going to remove it. What is this it? Is this it the ankle bracelet? Or they're not going to pay attention to it in reference to my letter that I just sent to them? Are they going to dishonor my presentment of a letter? Are you going to say they're going to ignore it and not respond within 72 hours? Are they going to ignore it, my present? Or are they going to ignore it, my wish to have this ankle bracelet removed from my property? What is the it that you're referring to, lawyer lady? Be precise, because I'm going to break your balls. And I'm going to make you say exactly what you mean. And you are going to put it in writing. And if you don't like to play by the rules, which is normal rules all over the planet, that when we communicate, I want to do it in writing. And when you tell me something, I need it to be precise because you're telling me I'm going to go to jail, I'm going to federal prison. You better believe we are going to do this by the letter of the law. We are going to do this by the book, by the numbers 1, 2, 3. You will put it in writing. You will sign it. You will explain to me if you are supposed to be the federal attorney lady who's supposed to help me. I need you to define who this they is who's coming after me. Who is this they? Am I coming after them? Am I the accuser? Am I the prosecutor? Or are they? Can you just tell me what is the nature of the parties in this case? Their case, because it's not my case, it's their case. You're going to have to define for me where I stand in this they's case. Is it they who? So you should be like, well, stop being such an asshole, and you know who they are. You know who they are. No, I don't know who this fucking they are. You tell me who's this they. Because I'm telling Greg, he's the they. He's the one who wishes everything in what you do with the IRS. He's the they who wanted the ankle bracelet. He's the they who's going to prosecute himself. He's the they who's going to open his mouth and will give up his Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights. He's the they. The only way they can get you is you have to confess. Just like you could watch all those old movies, man, the Spanish Inquisition. Oh, the priests can't kill you because they're good, godly priests. But what they do is they torture you so much, and then you finally say, oh, I confess, please kill me, because I know I've done wrong. And the priest says, okay, we'll let you out of this earthly bond and torture, that you put yourself through. He's like, well, no, dude, you put me through this. Oh, no, we didn't put you through it. You put yourself through this. You wanted us to do this to you. Remember? You wanted us to do this to you. I don't remember. Then the torture keeps going on. They're just fucking with you. They're playing word games with you. You got to know who the it, the they, the you, the I is. It's ridiculous what they're doing to you. Or it's ridiculous what they're doing to I as a man, or I as a woman. The other person I'm speaking to on the other end of his phone, not to you. So that's why you always laugh when you folks see me for years writing back and forth to some people. I always write the word use with the SE on it because I want to let you people know you is plural. So I say, you know what? Let's write use to these folks. Y-O-U-S-E. You people say, there's no such word. It's like, okay, but do you know you is plural? No, I don't. I said, okay, when I write SE, does it look plural? Well, it looks plural now. And there you go. Because they're effing with you. It looks singular, but it's plural. So I'm going to write it so it's plural. I'm not messing with you people. I'm not part of their team. I'm not going Y-O-U. I'm writing Y-O-U-S-E because you know what? It's plural. I don't hear anybody calling up on this thing say, Carl, I just Wikipedia'd the word you. It's not plural. No, you don't hear anybody. And I've been telling people this since like November, December. And then some guy did a great call on Angela's show. He spent like an hour just explaining the word you even better than I did because I could do it in about 10 seconds. That guy spent the whole hour. God bless him. Because I don't feel like spending an hour explaining what this day is. I always feel like spending an hour explaining what the word I means. This is simple. So thank God other people are picking up the ball and running with it. And it's like, hey, you know what? I listened to the call on Angela's show last week, and he brought up the word you, and he said, hey, you guys better learn what this word means. I was going to eat you for lunch every time you walk in the court. I said, hey, is this you? Bob? Hey, is this you? Sam? Hey, is this you? Joe? Yeah, he's got jointer. He's got now he controls the defendant because Joe is listed as the defendant. So now the judge has jurisdiction over the, the phone died.